good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Black Friday edition 2025 of the Makers of Movies podcast. I'm your host, Todd. How are you doing today, folks? Belly's full, a little tired, been out shopping for the last 4 hours. Hey, let me know. How's your day going today? Today's show, like Wednesday show and like Monday show, is going to be a little different. We're just kind of, general chit chat about things, so cover a few little topics I want to talk about. Today is all, Black Friday stuff, kind of, it's the Super Bowl time for retail, right? We've got a lot, and this morning it's not about pressure, it's about possibility, right? Because we know that the messages are coming, the notifications are coming, and orders are going to start flying in. And, we just want to start the day with you, the calm before the holiday storm, and in some locations, before the winter storm. Because I don't know about you, but it's supposed to start snowing tonight. And between tonight and tomorrow, we're going to get like a foot of snow, 30, 40 mile an hour winds. Yeah, we're hunkering down. We're getting the good thing about Thanksgiving is we got leftovers, so that'll get us through. And we'll talk all about that. So check in. Let me know, how are you guys doing today? And have you found anything good yet besides all the stuff over at TRW? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Shameless plug. Don't forget our Black Friday sales are going on as well. Shannon, thank you for becoming a member. Chrissy, good evening or good morning to you, depending on where you're at. Alania, good morning to you. Happy Profit Day. That's right. It's right. Let's make some Profit Day. Gabriella, good morning, afternoon to you. Ooh, cold and working on my order for Rhinestone. I love it. I love it. I love it. Kathy, good morning. And Latasha, right? Good morning to you. George, good morning, my friend. George, you working hard today? Are you hardly working? You taking the day? You in or you out? We got a winter crazy weather coming our way. Happy Thanksgiving. Hope your Thanksgiving was great. We had a really good Thanksgiving. I had a little snafu on timing, and I felt so bad about it because we actually went to our daughter-in-law's parents' house, and they said, "Yeah, we don't have a problem cooking." And so I did up ham, turkey, brisket, and my we did deep fried turkey. I For whatever reason, I thought my fryer only took like 10 minutes to come up, 15 minutes. No, it took way longer. So we're a little behind, but other than that, everything turned out great. I think we had like, and then I'm looking there at the table, and her parents are like, "Whoa, what? We're missing stuff." I can tell you there's stuff not on this table that's usually on this table. They're like, "For real?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is how we roll." We got an army we cook for. Plus, I like having leftovers for the next, like 4 days to be able to eat off of and not do much. So, yeah, it was a good time. Nice, relaxing one. I think I was in bed early last night because I was tired. It was a good day. So, how was your Thanksgiving? Let me know. Let me know that. And then, we got Black Friday today, Small Business Saturday tomorrow, Cyber Monday Monday. So a good busy weekend, hopefully for everyone. Let's see. Keith, good morning to you. Sunny Space Coast of Florida. Second cup of coffee, almost empty. I'm switching over to coffee. I get the Celsius peach vibe, and I'm going to have to go grab some coffee because even though we are technically closed for today, we closed at noon on Wednesday, reopen on Monday, we're still here. We're still doing stuff. The business for the owner doesn't close. Well, so we're going to go in and get orders packed. We're going to we got some supplies we can do, and then a lot of just prep for the weekend. So yeah, we'll still work and get stuff out today. Sharon, good morning to you. Barb, good morning. Snowy north central Minnesota. Light snow. Keep that snow. Hot tea in the cup. No, five things. Yeah, five things for today. Typically I say, what's your five things? It's Black Friday. You're going to be busy. You're going to be doing things, whether that's with family and your business. For us, we're just going to pack orders. We've got we'll pack and ship orders, and then it's just get ready for the weekend. And then the weirdest thing at all is I got to be wrapped up and back here, hunkered down in comfy clothes by 2 o'clock because the Bears play at 3 on a Friday. Talk about really throwing off my weekend. They're gonna, playing the Eagles today. Ooh, what do you got? Bears, Eagles. Let me know in the comments who's winning that one. There's some good football yesterday, depending on who you were a fan of. So it was all in. It was a great time. Uh, Black Friday blackout, all major corporations. What are we doing? Oh, we're not. We're shopping for all because listen. we can have that conversation about not buying from a major retailer, but at the end of the day, we're really hurting nobody because you're still buying what you're not buying today, you're buying tomorrow, right? That's how it goes. And then what happens when we don't buy from these places is they close, and then hundreds, thousands of people are without a job. So it's one of those things where what's you don't want corporations to make money, but we want them to have jobs. So I that's a whole fun topic that we can get into on it. You're going in. George is going in, and then getting out of there before the snow comes. Right, Carrie. Good morning to you, Jerry, did you email me back? I emailed you about transfers on Wednesday. Yeah, I did on Wednesday. So let me know. I haven't checked it yet. Linda, hey all. Leftovers are the best. Leftovers are the best. Mm. Being with the fam, the best part of Turkey Day. It was a good time. Ugh, that's not good, isn't it? Thankful for Benadryl. Benadryl does come in. Peanut butter pie. I don't know about that. I don't know about peanut butter pie. Linda, morning 44 in Texas. So that's cold for you. 3D print, edit photos, watch the Bears. Hudson says, Dad, this is last night. He's like, so it's Thursday night. Yeah. So that means you only have 3 days left to pick out a printer because I said I'd buy one by the end of the weekend. So he's going to be on me until I buy a printer. Maybe we'll do that today. Also have UT in Texas today. Yeah, there's good football today. There's good football today. And hi all from Jerry, and hi Jerry and Barb from Linda. Um, so whether it doesn't matter where you are in your business. If this is your very first Black Friday, your 10th, your 20th, you belong here. You've been working hard this year. You've shown up. You know, you deserve to walk in this weekend with confidence. You know, um, not chaos. It's going to be that way, but it's about showing up, right? Not about perfection. It's just about showing up with it. And so, how do we do that? We just got to ground ourselves, get centered. Remember that at the end of the day, you have value to offer. No matter what your sales number end up being, today, tomorrow, Monday, you are here and you are doing it. And that's really what matters most. We'll get through this together. It's really easy to wake up, and start comparing yourself to last year, to bigger shops, to that TikTok girl who sold, 600 sweatshirts in 2 hours. You know, uh, let's just stop. Let's just stop all that right there. Everyone's journey completely different. Your goals, 1,000% are allowed to look different. Your numbers are allowed to look different. You know, you do not need to match someone else's highlight reel. Uh, what you need to do is, serve your audience, your capacity, and your business. If you sell one thing, today, that counts. If you sell 10 things, that counts. You sell 100 things, that counts. Your Black Friday, it doesn't need to look like anyone else's to be valid or be a big win, because, you know, small wins matter. Yeah, those small wins today, those become big momentum tomorrow. One order can lead to a repeat customer. One share can lead to 5 new eyes on your business. And one post, well, it can change your entire day. You're not running a big corporate conglomerate. You're building something meaningful. And meaningful things, they grow in small but steady steps. So do not dismiss those small wins. You got to celebrate them. Small wins. That's how small businesses survive and thrive. It's when we look at this whole weekend here, this whole week, this whole today, tomorrow, Monday, Sunday, everything there. It's not a sprint. Just like business isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. Some are going to have, slow mornings, strong afternoons. Some will crush small business Saturday and have zero sales today. Some of you will have your biggest day on Cyber Monday, and some of you, it's just business as usual because you've already packed up, you've already got stuff planned out, and you're not taking any more orders. So your weekend, it builds on itself. You know, in business, everything that you do today, even those little things, that creates momentum. So, we've said it time and again. Today is about planting seeds for tomorrow's trees. You know, it's about setting the path for connection. What can we do? Monday's gonna be a digital push. We know digital stuff everywhere, but we had this discussion at dinner last night where, Black Friday isn't what it once was. It used to be, you'd have all of the build up hype for it, and people are lining up 10 o'clock at night to be the first 100 at Target to get a gift bag for it. And the other people are headed to Penny's, and the other ones are headed to Montgomery Wards, and the other one are headed to Toys R Us, the other ones are headed to Walmart, the other ones are headed to Kmart, and then things started closing and things started shifting. And then somebody had the bright idea, we should open up on Thanksgiving night. So it took away the holiday and made it more about retail. And then the great COVID came and said, yeah, we're ending all of that, which was nice because we got a holiday back. It wasn't hurry up and eat and go stand in line. And with that, the really rise of online sales happened. So we didn't have to go there and do it anymore. We can just order it online, which meant now they started all month. So, you don't need to do it all at once. You see that everything's out there. So now, as we look at this, as we go into, Black Friday's already started. We've got Small Business Saturday tomorrow. We've got Cyber Monday on Sunday. Or Sunday? How about Monday? We have it on Monday. When we're going through all this, what is just one realistic goal that you have for today? It can be one order, one post, one new follower, you know, just just something. Let me hear what's one realistic goal that you have for today. The this expectation, it's low enough that everyone can go away today with a win. All right. Let's hear what you got in there. All right, now I'm gonna keep checking in over here. Jerry will check her emails. Did not see it. I'll double check too, Jerry. In fact, during our mentorship call, we'll check and I'll see because I'm almost positive I sent that out Wednesday afternoon sometime. Barb says our small town promotes Small Business Saturday. Shop bingo, where you go to store to play and shop. Lots of activities. I love when they do that. A couple of the downtown associations had things like that when there was more downtown retail, and you could basically park and shop throughout of it. And that was the same thing where they had bingo. It was the one year I think it was a putt putt. That was kind of cool where they got to putt for prizes, like a little mini golf tournament. And I think another one was like a tastings of the local things. They had food trucks and they had samples there for it, and it's nice. I think the hardest thing for me is that it's winter and it's cold, so I'm not about that. Tim, morning 29. In the same lines fan day after Thanksgiving. Go Eagles! Eat it, Tim. Maybe the Lions should just learn to win on Thanksgiving instead of losing. Maybe that's what they need to do. Morning, Tim. You're very welcome, Kathy. We'll get you no money. Well, let's get you some sales. Let's get you sales so that way we get you some money. My goal today is start organizing my other room with crafting supplies. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Gloria, good morning to you. So, you know, um, oh look, Jerry just replied. I just seen a little pop up for it. You know, when we look at this weekend, if you haven't done anything for Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday, you know, let's see what we can do with that. Let's start with just one clear offer. That's all it is. We don't need to overthink this offer. We don't need to do a giant blowout sale to win today. We just need to pick one thing. Whether that's a bundle, maybe free shipping, a percentage off, a BOGO, maybe just even a featured product. The object of this is just clarity, okay? Not complexity. Today, tomorrow, Sunday, Monday, let's be honest, the customers are already going to be overwhelmed. Right? So the simpler we can make the offer form, the simpler it is for them to say yes. As we go through and look what needs to happen over the next few days, you know, we need to be posting some stuff. Like today, if you haven't made a post on your business or personal page, you know, the first post, it just needs to be simple and bold, no clutter, no essay, just hey, here's what I have for you, here's how to get it, and here's why it matters. That's what we got to do, right? We don't want people, especially if you're not doing email marketing, social media marketing, scheduled things like that. We don't want people to have to go dig through post after post after post to figure out how to make an order. So we want to make it easy for them. The easier that we can make uh, that transaction, yeah, yeah, the easier that we can make that from point A to point B, then the better chance that you're going to have to make more sales. And then, sometime through it, just get on your phone and set a reminder, right? For like a midday check-in. It could be a story, it can be a post, it can be a live. Tell people what's selling, what's left, what you're excited about, what you're buying. If you're out shopping today, be like, "Ooh, found a deal here. Ooh, see this." If you see something online, post it, share it. It's not being pushy for stuff. It's just service. You know, People are going to want reminders because they're drowning in content, especially over these next 4 days. Now, for those that are running sales today, tomorrow, Monday, I want to hear what are you running for Black Friday specials? Drop down below. Let's see what we can do with that. For us, we've got deals on Hottronics presses. So there's two of those on sale, $200 off, and you're getting 5 bonus packs. We've got a ton of sales on rhinestones and rhine studs. We've got a ton of sales on the kits. So if you're new to it and you're not sure what to do, check out one of the kits. You're able to get started just from that kit. And then we've got HTV anything and Vinyl Shield. And I think that's it. Artwork on sale, a lot of deals there. So just go to the website, rhinestoneworld.com. I think you can see it. It's either right there or it's right there. Go over there, check that out. You can see all of our deals for it. And, you know, we want to hype you up. We want you to be excited. You know, um, if you're still trying to figure out what to do for Small Business Saturday, let's talk about that. We've got, I went three, and for whatever reason, I was going to do some weird. We got three things, right? When we're looking at this, and we can use this anytime, right? Three C's: connection, community, consistency. And so let's talk about those. Who does our who does our audiences buy from? Oh, they buy from humans. They don't buy from faceless stores. They buy from us, right? So what's that? That's the connection. You know, Small Business Saturday. That's our relationship day. You know, Unlike today, Black Friday, this day is about the people. It's about your story. It's about your mission. It's about your heart. Tell people why you started. Tell them why you love making what you make, and tell them what keeps you going. Or making that personal connection. People, buy from what is it? Trust, like trust. That's what we've got. Next, see community, community. You know, What's tomorrow? Small Business Saturday. What are we focusing? Small business community. So tomorrow's our day in the community. Let's share customer photos. Let's thank our supporters. Let's talk about our local roots. Let's show the behind the scenes that makes that business really special. When people feel connected to your community, they really do want to support you with it. Now, consistency is number three. That's our third C, because you do not need to show up perfectly. You just need to show up. That's it. Stories, a post, thank you message. You would be surprised how far that goes. Small Business Saturday, it just rewards consistency, not pressure. So as we look at this, what's one meaningful thing about your business people should know tomorrow? Let me know that down here in the comments. I'm gonna check in the comments and see what Jerry found and replied. There it is. Peanut butter pie is wonderful. That was weird. Is it just peanut butter and a pie filling? I don't know. Oh, look at that. Tim's got 50% off. 50% off. I did not say that, Tim. $50 off. $50 off. Full ceramic tip job for 2 days only. Love it. Love it. Rhinestones are on sale. Three C's. Future reference. That's right. Three C's, Jerry. Did you write them down? Three C's. Did everybody write these down? Three C's. Connection, community, consistency. All right. If you didn't write them down, write them down for it. So we make it through today, setting up for tomorrow. And then Monday, what's Monday? Cyber Monday, right? Do you have a plan for that? If not, let's talk about some plans for that. You know, first piece, the offer. Cyber Monday. The Cyber Monday is our digital day. That's the day that people expect an online deal. Right? It doesn't have to be extreme. Digital items, bundles, giftable products, even your bestsellers, everything works. So your Cyber Monday offer, that offer, it should be your cleanest and simplest of the weekend. The second part of it is the email. Let's just plan on if you're not in an email campaign, like you know, from us, you're gonna see a lot of emails over the next 4 days because we got a lot of stuff going on. We got sales that go through Monday. Tuesday is going to be it looks like we'll have a final no on Monday, but we're almost positive that Tuesday is going to be the Wizard 2026 launch. So we're going to see a lot of stuff going for that. Um, so when for us, we're going to have emails. We're going to have posts for that. On the email side of it, if you're not doing it, just send one email on Monday. All right, Monday morning, keep it clean. One subject line, one deal, one button to order. Just make it feel easy and obvious and impossible to miss. All right. So if you've got different deals running for today, tomorrow, Monday, what are those? I'd love to hear what you're running for your different deals on it from there. Snowflakes. Don't tell me that, George. It's not supposed to start till later. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Yep. Connection, community, consistency. You win. That's right, Jerry. Jerry, winner, winner, peanut butter pie dinner, whatever that is. Now, something else, we have to think about before we launch into all of this wildness of this fun season is something we talked about on Wednesday. This is gratitude. You know, Gratitude, that's really how we anchor ourselves before the chaos. Right? You woke up today. Right? We're here. Yeah, I know you woke up because you're chatting me. You chose to show up for your dream. You chose to build something with your hands, with your heart, with your creativity. And that really, really does deserve acknowledgement. You know, Here's what we need to do is we need to, just share one thing that you're grateful for and make it known, if you're grateful for a customer, a moment, a lesson, even just a chance to try again, you know, put that in there, let them know. Just doesn't have, didn't have to be big. You can be as small as you want. Just post it out there for it. And, you know, um, there's some important things, to remind you of. It's things that I have to tell myself more and more and more, right? We, I, you, we are capable of way more than what we think. We need to stop comparing ourselves to others. We're not behind. We're just building. This weekend, you're building some valuable offers, right? Small businesses win. They win because we're human. People buy from us because they trust us, they believe in us, and they really do want to see us win. So throughout, this 4 days here, no matter what happens, you are doing better than what you think, and you 100% are not doing it alone by any means. So, if we want to have a little, question and answers, I'm open to hearing what you have to say. You know, like over these next days, what feels the biggest or the heaviest? You know, are we looking? Are you confident with your pricing? Do you have a shipping system set up? You know, is it slow? And you're feeling nervous because it's been slow. Are you not sure what to post, or you need some clarity on that? Let's talk. I'm here for that. We can go. We can go. We can go. My next call's not for 33 minutes. As, I want you to remember that this weekend, today being Black Friday, tomorrow Small Business Saturday, Monday being Cyber Monday. You know, it doesn't decide your weekend. You know, everything can be bigger, faster, stronger, longer, whatever. Use your average there for it. The most important thing is that you are doing your best, and even if it's slow, your best work might still be coming. It's not always about the numbers. It's about staying grounded. It's about your community, and I feel most importantly, your confidence. You need to. You don't need to. You deserve to. You deserve to walk in on Tuesday morning after this holiday weekend of shopping and be proud of yourself for what you've done and be ready to serve the people who believe in you. So that's what I got. Love to hear some more. I want you guys to go out and make some magic today. I'm cheering for you. I know you got this. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure to like and subscribe, share, do all that. We'll check in. We'll check in. We'll check in. You said that. You said that you had to practice that phrase. Nicely done. Yes, I do. I have to practice all the time. I have to practice all the time. Mia, good morning to you. I am grateful for the ability to use my mind, body, and soul to create and impact others in a positive. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. Blessings to all in the TRW community. Yes, blessings to all. Okay, with that, we'll wrap up today. Monday, we're kind of another one of these shows because it will be Cyber Monday. Remember, all weekend long, check us out over the rhinestoneworld.com. Plenty of sales goes on. There might even be some flash sales in there with some things. So make sure to check that out and pay attention to social media when those things pop up. So until next time, you guys have an amazing day. Peace, love, press on, and we will see you next time. Now I got to hit the button.